All right, we are going to be talking about keywords and niches and monetization ideas and traffic ideas all in one. I think this video is the most valuable, powerful video in the entire members area. Uh, my job and my talent here has always been creating business models, creating ideas, and speaking from experience, not theory. And I think you guys will get a lot out of this. I recommend to pause the video, rewind it if you miss anything, because there's going to be a lot of gold nuggets here for you. And remember, we are talking in a conjunction, and the big reason for this is because where do you start when it comes to finding valuable internet real estate using the expired domain control panel? What do you type into the search box? And let's get into it. Okay, so we did a little bit of these in the past couple videos. I talked a little bit about, hey, do a search for the marketing keyword, the SEO keyword, the personal injury keyword, and I gave a little bit of information there. I'm not going to beat a dead horse too much and go over these too much, but I did want to touch on them a little bit. When it comes to marketing, of course, these are very broad terms all the way down the list. And when it comes to marketing, marketing could be anything. It could be a lot of different things. There's a lot of different ways to market. There's a lot of different industries and dimensions to it. Like, for instance, marketing in certain industries mean an entirely different thing than what we're used to thinking of in terms of internet marketing, right? So if you were to do a search for marketing with the expired domain control panel, this is what would happen. The minute you start to type in M-A-R-K, you're going to start getting stuff like this, onlineaffiliatemarketers.com, right? Which I might add is a freaking awesome domain. But you're also going to get like market, like goods market. We can see that, or landmark home security, right? Which sounds like something I've heard of before. That's like an actual company. But then you go into market, and then marketing, and now we've narrowed it down to personal web marketing, viral marketing mix, social media marketing help, internet marketing partnership, etc. And then look at all the different domains that are coming up for marketing. Okay, so you were to look at these, and then this is my best advice, all right, is not to spend too much time dilly-dallying and investigating and researching. A lot of it comes from just common sense. Looking at something and being like, oh my God, I can't even believe that is available, right? Like something that is just pops out at you. It's going to be good one way or another, right? Now, I'm not saying for you guys to buy 1,000,000 domains. I don't buy 1,000,000 domains. I'll look through 1,000 domains. I might pick one of them. Okay, so I am very, very skeptical, or what's a better word for that? Like very, very. I'm hard to get. Okay, I'm hard to sell. Okay, so you could be the same way. Don't purchase everything under the sun, because if you purchase too many domains, then you're just overworking yourself, and then you forget things, and you're just like unorganized, and things are half done and all of that. So I am a believer in putting your energy into one thing and thoroughly getting that thing done before moving to another, which is a great way to do things. Just make sure all T's are crossed and I's are dotted and all that. But that's a little bit of the philosophy behind it. That's what I do. Sure, I go to sometimes, if you're to do a search on Google, you can do a search for Wayback Machine, which will show you the history. It's an internet archive, so it'll show you a history of the domains, which is a cool tool. And there's also a ton of other searches that you could do, like history of domains, etc., to find out information on if that domain was a website before, and if it was getting traffic, etc. Right? But the main gist of it is when you're using the internet control panel, when you're using that expired domain control panel, to use common sense. And usually something will pop out at you and you'll be like, oh my God, that's worth something. And you'll know right off the bat, you know? So don't get too stuck, but at the same time, don't be, you know, so hard to get that you miss an opportunity, okay? Now the SEO term came into play when we were talking about that really awesome opportunity, that amazing affiliate program with rankpay.com, okay? Now, SEO is huge. It's a huge service. And again, it's very, very expensive. Like if you're going to purchase SEO services, or if you're going to purchase advertising for SEO services, it's usually very expensive. So you're going to save a lot of money if you can find a domain for 12 bucks that has SEO traffic. It's very, very good advice I'm giving you guys, okay? Next up, personal injury attorney. The reason why I put that there is because, you know, I learned this, I'd say about 5 years ago when I started teaching domaining, and a lot of my students were coming back to me telling me, dude, I just made $30,000 with a domain sale. And I said, all right, tell me where you posted it, all this and that. I thought I knew all my stuff, right? I'd had over $1 million of domain sales and website sales on eBay and Flippa. I thought I was the man, right? Well, my students came back to me and said, no, man, I didn't post it on Flippa. I didn't post it here. I didn't post it there. They told me that they were calling personal injury attorneys and they were selling them domain names for $20,000 a pop. And I'm not talking about domains that are really going to sell on a marketplace for $20,000. I'm talking about personalized domains that are worth much, much, much more to specific people. For instance, personal injury attorneys in certain areas of the United States, than they would on marketplaces. It was incredible. And so I really learned that from students that I was teaching domaining to. It made me a much better domainer myself and a much better teacher. So personal injury attorneys, they have a ton of money. You know, if someone gets hurt on the job and, you know, and those companies that they, you know, for instance, an asbestos removal company or something like that, and the person gets mesothelioma, which is this cancer that comes from asbestos, that keyword, mesothelioma, I think is the most expensive keyword on the entire internet. Okay, so this is huge money. Those attorneys, they spend that much money on those keywords because they are awarded millions and millions of dollars from those insurance companies, you know, from the companies that they are insured for millions of dollars. And when those attorneys win a case, sometimes the judgment is like $10 million or something like that. So they're incredibly rich and they have a lot of money. They have a big budget for advertising. And so you can do some good business with them as an SEO consultant or as a lot of other things. You can sell them domains, etc. And so that's why those are very, very valuable domains to find. If you find something like personalinjurycincinnati.com, I would say scoop it up. It's only 12 bucks. Start calling personal injury attorneys in Cincinnati immediately. Or, you know, and the end result there would be A, sell them the domain, or B, have them go to your domain name and buy the SEO services for their website so that they can rank #1 in Cincinnati, okay? All that's required there is just do a little quick research to see if their website is ranking already on Google. It's going to be kind of hard if it's #1 on Google and they don't need it, right? So if they are on page 3, that gives you firepower to say, hey, you know, you guys are on page 3. You need to step your game up. You know, hey, go here, personalinjuryattorney.com, or, you know, SEOforattorneys.com, okay? And so you can kind of see the way that those things intertwine and the way that those business models would intertwine, and it works for a lot of my students. All right, so next up, this is just kind of a given. Of course, do a search for attorney, see what's coming, because as you know, domains expire and drop every day. There's going to be new ones in there, and so if you don't find something that you know, right away, you'd be able to find it the next day, okay? But remember, this is the list here of the keywords that I'd recommend. Okay, so next up, another way to say attorney is lawyer, of course. So you can do a search for lawyer, and you'll see a lot of other cool stuff coming up. You also will see the minute you start typing law, like LAW, you're going to start to see some law domains come up. And then when you add in the lawyer, then you're going to see some lawyer domains come up. Okay. Next up, personal development is, another word for self-help. Now, this is an umbrella term for a lot of things. This is a very, very big industry, a very, very big niche. And there are, of course, a lot of recurring billing products for this because personal development is not just a one-time thing. It takes time, etc. And so people will stay on a long time. I've seen programs, it's not quite like the Rank Pay affiliate program, but I've seen programs where you can be pocketing a good $100 a month or something from one customer. And so I'd recommend checking out ClickBank. Of course, some of them are going to be in the recurring billing database. You can look through those as well. And I would just keep that in your mind that a lot of people are, as you can see, I typed that was what came to mind writing this list, and it came right after these. So I would definitely check it out. Something else that I'm personally very into is video, whether it's creating videos, doing music videos, or video marketing in terms of, I do video arbitrage where I purchase YouTube accounts and drive traffic from them, etc. So that might also be a really good keyword to use with the expired domain control panel. Make sure that you're not missing anything out. If you were to come up with something like, videomarketing.net, if I saw that, I would grab it. I'd say, oh my God, I can't believe it's available. And I would grab it right away. Next up, jewelry. The reason I put this here is because jewelry is like the best thing on this entire list. I'll tell you why. I have a student, Matt Sabia, who is one of my most successful students, and me and him have partnered in teaching together. We've done a lot of programs together. And one of his main niches on Instagram, and this is the easiest thing I've ever heard of in the world, he does this a heck of a lot more than I've ever done this. I've done this, I think, 1 or 2 times with certain Facebook pages, etc. But he started with bling. You'd call it, another word for it is bling. Started bling Instagram, where he just posts pictures of jewelry. And then from there, he would have a link selling said jewelry with a Shopify store. I mean, incredible. Then he would flip the Shopify store. Okay, true story. So, as you guys know, jewelry can be pretty freaking pricey. You could be selling watches, Rolex watches, etc. So again, if you could do that search with the expired domain control panel and get your hands on some good jewelry domains, it might really be worth your while. Direct some of that traffic towards either an affiliate link with Amazon or some other sites like on Commission Junction, or do it the way Matt Sabia was doing it with a Shopify store. Okay, so again, sometimes this can really help. You got your new Shopify site. You've said, oh, Jamie, I saw you talking about that somewhere else, and I got a Shopify site up, and I've got all this jewelry on there. Where do I get the traffic, you might ask me, right? Well, here we go. That's a really great way of getting your site started and getting some traffic so that you can monetize and be making commissions and selling, and then later on down the road, flipping that entire business and selling the domain, the traffic source as well. Okay. The next thing is pretty important because, I had touched on this a little bit before, advertising. Now, this keyword can mean a lot of different things. Just like marketing, it could, in different industries, it can be mentioned for many different reasons. SEO is a great service. As we saw, some companies would be purchasing SEO services for $17,000 a month for just one keyword, to be ranking in the top 3 of Google for just one keyword. They also will do this for advertising. Now, SEO is a way of advertising, right? It's like a method of, search engine optimization, and getting your website, in the first page of Google is very important. But there's a lot of other ways to advertise, okay? There's email marketing, and then there's banner ads, and there's television ads, and it's gigantic, okay? And you might want to be, running that locomotive of advertising and, trickle down effect, etc. And so it's worth doing a search for this keyword advertising, always to make sure that you're not missing any opportunities there. Next up, this is a given, right? Try just a simple search for the keyword sales. Okay? Again, sales can mean a lot of different things, but there's a lot of different methods of sales. So if you were to find saleskit.com or something, get it immediately. Okay? The next thing, real estate. This can come in handy, and I want to touch on the sales aspect of if you were to have a real estate domain, you not only flip it and all that good stuff, but driving traffic could go anywhere. All right, you could set up a type of arbitrage model where you're working as an actual lead generator for real estate companies. Again, real estate companies have and companies that are going to agents for selling homes and apartments and etc. You could be a very, very valuable asset, just by showing them a little bit of the traffic that you're getting from one of these domains, and then they can pay you percentages as an agent. Okay, so again, that might be a really great opportunity for you to monetize, and another opportunity that you might not want to miss up. Okay. Now let's get into some of these other ones. We touched on the new, the big high ticket stuff. Now this is just kind of like a great Amazon opportunity. Okay, because as we know, shopping can mean a lot of different things. If you were to find a shopping domain, it's probably obvious that the site before you had obtained that domain name was about shopping, right? So it could be any types of different shopping. Doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter if it's targeted. Just drive those people to Amazon with your Amazon affiliate link so that it activates the cookie, and then you're set for a couple days for them to buy, and you get a commission. The cookie's going to work, okay? So drive them using a shopping domain to Amazon. All right, cool. So the next one, this is kind of obvious, money, okay? So when you think about that, that's going to be a silly domain or whatnot. Not especially, because money can be like MoneyGram or money transfer or money information or different currency converters, or if someone wants to exchange a money exchange or currency exchange, like exchange euros for dollars, etc. Okay, so remember, in any of those types of things that I just mentioned, you might want to do some research as to different affiliate programs using our control panel and find some affiliate programs in those verticals. Okay, I also kind of just as an elaboration to money, put in this keyword cash. Cash not only can be used in a domain name for business opportunities like cashexplosion.com or something like that, but it can also be in the same realm as a currency conversion or exchange or a wire transfer, etc., or banking, etc. Okay, so there could be a lot of money in these verticals as well. Next up, transfer. I know we were talking about cash transferring and etc., but transfer can also mean like transfer files. Now, there are some affiliate programs for file transfer protocol or file transfer companies, and so therefore that might be a really great keyword to find domain names with as well, if you're willing to do the work to set up monetization for said domains. Okay. Next up, this brings me back to my Amazon roots, of course, and this is something I had taught in one of my programs last year, was, have a shoes domain or running the tennis shoes direct, etc. And then you're going to drive them at the specific Amazon page via your Amazon affiliate link to sell shoes or running shoes or whatever, as specific as you can be to the domain name. Okay? The next one is really a great one to touch on, because you can get some really great recurring billing commissions when someone purchases supplements. Okay? The same thing for exercise. This is a gigantic niche. It's a big vertical because a lot of people need help losing weight in the United States. We have an obesity epidemic here, and that's probably why those are some of the biggest products on ClickBank. Now, ClickBank has also opened the doors for physical products as well. So you not only have Amazon or private affiliate programs for some of the bigger weight loss programs, as well as CPA affiliate programs where you'll be paid when someone just opts in or when someone fills out a form or a survey. You'll be paid sometimes $10 and they didn't even buy anything. So you can imagine they convert like crazy. You're making out like a bandit as an affiliate because the person is not even buying anything. It's very, very easy. You just say, hey, in your advertisement, prior to teaching expired domains, my students were making a ton of money, and when there was even more work, when I was teaching people how to write advertisements, etc. It was very easy to do that. So you can imagine how easy it is to just forward a weight loss domain. Like if you find a domain that's like weightlossonline.com or .net, and it has traffic, I mean, good grief, so you can forward it to a CPA commission, or you can forward it to something, sometimes there's a CPA commission for supplements and or a rev share, which is going to send you a commission every month as people continue to get supplements every month, okay? So remember that's a big one right there, and that's something that you should always include in your searches. The next one, this is what I mean by this is cars, okay? So, autotrader.net, and we actually know about autotrader.com. That's one of the bigger websites to find a car. So remember that a lot of them have affiliate programs as well. eBay has an affiliate program. And so if you find a domain for auto, I don't mean automatic, I mean auto, vehicles, cars, trucks, etc., that can be a really, really great opportunity as well. And then the last couple here, download, okay? Download, again, is kind of like the file transfer. Same thing with internet, although I'll get into that in a second. Download is an internet term, and so therefore a lot of the websites, like adult websites and music websites, for instance, can sometimes also have an affiliate program where you can get a commission from them. All right. And then internet, I had typed this in here because this can, of course, mean a heck of a lot of different things. But one thing that you're going to find when you do a search with the expired domain control panel for internet is you're going to be able to find internet services or internet providers. And internet providers, as you know, are also recurring billing products, all right, or services. And people stay on forever, okay? So again, you can find affiliate programs and you can make quite a bit of money using this keyword when you're looking for domains as well. And then last but not least, fitness. The reason why I separated this from weight loss and exercise is because I knew that these were going to be a discussion of supplements and CPA offers and all that good stuff. But when we talk about fitness, sometimes what people are looking for is they're looking for fitness equipment, okay? Now, this whole lesson has primarily been either about recurring billing product potential or high-ticket recurring potential. Now, sometimes people want to purchase a home gym, an entire gym in their basement. And this can be thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, okay? And so I recommend also to include this in your repertoire for when you're looking for domains, because you can be making quite a bit of money selling Nordic tracks and all of that good stuff, exercise bikes and all that, okay? Now I'm going to add one here. This is a little bonus, and that would be prepping and or survival. And admittedly, this came to mind, and I should have put this on the list. This should have come to mind earlier, because people want to build a bomb shelter, okay? Or they say to themselves, you know what, I'm very underprepared. I just saw a documentary and there's going to be a world war and I need to get prepared. So what do? They spend $20,000 getting prepared, buying dehydrated food and all of that stuff. It's a gigantic niche, and that's why when you buy a solo ad in the prepping niche, you're going to be upwards of $2 per click. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason why it's so expensive. It's because people purchase a lot of prepping materials. They buy dehydrated food, water filters, gas masks, weapons, bulletproof vests, all sorts of stuff, Faraday bags. And so that is a huge vertical and a huge niche where there's a lot of monetization potential. I wouldn't say it falls into the category of recurring billing products, but there is a lot of potential to get high ticket commissions. Okay, so when you're working with a private affiliate company, I've seen sometimes some of the um, programs for dehydrated food companies can go upwards of 12% commission. Now that's a little high for Amazon. You can of course just send them to a list for a page for dehydrated food on Amazon, and then pocket 5% commissions, 7% commissions, etc. That is once you get your volume going. But prepping and survival is a gigantic niche that you really should get into. It's very, very awesome. And if you have some time, especially on the webinars, ask me, and I'll show you some of the campaigns I've done for prepping, which have been very, very lucrative, including very, very easy ways to do it with Facebook ads and all of that good stuff. All right, guys, so I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you on the next one. I think this is very sufficient and good rundown of all the niches and verticals, which I get very passionate about, and I hope you are as passionate as well. All right, so I'll see you guys, and get to it. Make me proud.